Good morning, everybody. Oh, my coffee is really hot, steaming. Anyways, good morning, everybody. I toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh, yeah, really hot. Anyways, so we're here for the introspective journey. Today I took the day for the new dark moon. Today is the new moon. I had someone yesterday or the other day mention about the difference, so I decided I'm going to have to make a video about that. So hopefully that'll come soon. We'll see. About the moon's energy and the names of the moon and all of that stuff, just to put that information out there, because there are questions about the difference between the dark moon and the new moon. But that's not why we're here today. So today we are here for the introspective journey, and it is day 30 something, 32 I think. I don't know. Anyways, it's getting there. I hope everybody is enjoying their darkness and this time of year. December is here. So the year is almost over. It's crazy. Anyways, so the first question for today is, what do I wish I had more time to do? This is one of those like time management and also like ideal self kind of questions, because there's not enough time in the day to do everything that we want. However, we can find the time if we make the time. Time is relative, and so a great example is how much can you get done in 5 minutes? I just like to think about that regularly, and then think about, well, what else could I do? Or what could I do differently? Or how can I transition this so that I can do the things that I want to do and make that time? So think about what it is that you'd like to have more time to do, and then try to find some ways to include those things in your day. Sometimes it's you need 5 minutes of meditation. Sometimes it's that you need more time to sleep. Whatever it might be, what is it that you'd like more time to do? And then the other question, since we didn't have a video yesterday, is, this is a tough one for some people. Am I comfortable with my own death, and why? So this one is a more complicated question, simply because of our view of death. There are many people out there who are afraid of death. They're scared of dying. We don't know what comes next, and that can be really, really scary. And on top of that, we come from this society in which death is seen as this finale of judgment, where you are either risen above or cursed below. And that has really put a big, glooming cloud over death. And if when you begin to process, am I comfortable with my own death? If you're like, oh no, I'm really scared of this, or I have this looming feeling, or whatever it may be, kind of think about why. Why is it that you have that looming feeling? Why is it that you're scared of that? Why are you afraid of the unknown? Personally, I always think that death is easy for the person who dies. You die, that's it. And you continue to transform and change, and you're probably going to be reborn and come back as a baby and start all over again. And I don't know, for me personally, that's just not really a scary thought, because it's just the next step. It's the next transition. It's the next change. What's hard is for the people who you leave behind. And so for me, that's always my biggest hang up, is the people who are left behind, and the sorrow that you feel for the loss that they would have if they lost you. And so, but that's a big difference between I'm scared to die because I don't know what's going to happen, or because I didn't do enough, or because of whatever your reasonings are. So kind of think about that, process that. And it's hard to say, become comfortable with the idea of death, because that's one of those, it's almost a taboo thought. Because we have this such an in totality of this is death and that's it. And maybe if we lived in a society that saw that a little bit different, like to the Hindu, who really do, they embrace reincarnation, and therefore death isn't seen as such a horrible end, final, it's in. Because even your loved ones see that when you die, your soul passes on, and there's an opportunity you might be reborn into that family. I watched this thing on reincarnation, and there's this little Indian girl who was reincarnated, and she can still remember her last life, and she can remember the recipe for the incense that she made in her last life. And she went to her previous family and she told them, she says, why don't you make this incense anymore? I loved making this incense. We need to make this incense again. And she remembers these things. And so she was able to be present with her old family and her new family in a more complete circle of life. And I think if we all were able to see death in that light, it wouldn't be such a scary thing, and it wouldn't be so and so maybe look into reincarnation. Maybe look into, things that'll help you overcome your fear or your discomfort with the idea of death. Maybe it's not the totality of it. Maybe it's something different in there that kind of gets you. So just think about those things. Like I said, this is just one of those topics because we live in a society who has this one belief, and we were taught this one thing, and we have a whole world pretty much that tells you it's going to be like this. And that can be something that's hard to come up against. And so this is one of those places where you really have to honor your true self and your true feelings and who you are and what you believe. And is what you believe helping you? Is it making you a better person? Is it helping you grow? Is it helping you achieve your goals? Fear is not a motivator fear is just not a productive motivator. It can be kind of detrimental. So if you're basing off your decisions, I'm scared of dying or I'm scared of this, then you have to adjust your motives. You have to adjust your frame of thought. Try to step out of that fear and into a learning situation or into a place where you can find some comfort and not be scared. Like I said, fear is a really it's just not a good motivator. So anyways, so those are the 2 questions for today. So I challenge you to first to think about, do you have enough time to do the things that you want to do? Which ironically is related to the death thing, because if you're scared of dying and you're making this list, whatever. Okay, so we have bucket lists and all of these things because we're not going to have enough time. I feel like if we shifted our focus into how can I better experience this life and enjoy this life and learn from this life and take these lessons from this life, we would get a lot more out of this life than if we were I have to make a bucket list and I have to do these things, and if I don't do these things, then So we have to kind of make that shift. Think about the things that you want to experience. Think about the things that you want to make time for. Think about the things that are important for you in your life, and if you're making enough time for those. And then on the other side of that, are you comfortable with your own death? And if you're not, why not? If you are, why? Just kind of process that. Someone let the dog out. So I hope everybody has a fantastic day and that you're enjoying this new moon and Neptune coming out of retrograde and all of these veils opening and shifting and coming out into something new. So I hope everybody has an amazing day today. I toast to you, and I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe.